Hey guys, so I just wanted to pop on and give a quick testimony about the living and active Word of God. So I had a little experience, I think it was a couple nights ago, where I had been complaining a good bit at work that day. It was a really irritating day at work. And I was complaining about it with another coworker a good bit, and I think that like when I end up getting off, I just felt like kind of mucky afterwards. I didn't feel like I didn't feel sad or anything, but I felt like the constant complaining all day long kind of like put this sort of like mucky like blanket over me, and it felt like a weight sort of. So anyway, I read my Bible and all that before I went to work that morning, and then later on that night, before I got ready for bed, I went to read my Bible again because I try to read it again before I go to sleep. And I wasn't really thinking about the work stuff, but I just still had like this mucky feeling over me. That's the only word I can think of to describe it. But, anyways, when I went to go read my Bible that night before bed, as soon as I opened it, and I think I read just a couple of words, I literally felt like what I call it is like a spiritual pressure washer. I literally felt like this wave of just like cleansing coming across me, like going from like side to side to side. And I know that I wasn't tripping because, like, as I was sitting there, because I was sitting on my couch, I felt like a relief of pressure from like the top of my head just going down to like the rest of my body. And it felt so physical, this like spiritual cleansing, that I felt like if I would have stopped reading when it first started, like I still would have felt mucky from like the bottom down. And like I know that the word of God is alive and active. Like I know that. And I've seen it active in my life, but I have never actually physically felt like reading the word, eat just a couple of words, it just started to wash over me, like really like renewed my spirit and took away like that muck from the day. Cause I was thinking like the Lord's probably like, you complain too much, like you need to keep your mouth shut. Cause sometimes we have those days I'm like, I should have been more quiet. But it was like I was met with like this washing of grace over me. And I think I only ended up reading like a chapter before I went to sleep. I didn't do like a heavy reading or nothing like that because I read that morning. But I just felt like this wave of peace, but it came over me, and I keep moving my hand because that's literally how I felt it. I just felt like these waves of peace just like crashing over me. And I was like, God knows that I felt mucky. He was there and he wanted to relieve that heavy feeling. And so I just wanted to share this, hoping that it'll encourage someone else. Well, I'm not saying go and complain all day long and then test that. But what I'm saying is, if you have a day like that where you know you've been kind of complaining too much that day or even all day, like I was, don't be afraid to still get into the Word of God. Like He is waiting to meet you there and relieve that pressure, lift that burden. His word is literally alive and active, and I physically felt that cleansing power from it. So I hope this message will encourage someone to do the same. And if you do, drop it in the comments and let me know about yours.